Ever found yourself staring at your computer at midnight, overwhelmed by the gap between what you know you should be doing and what you're actually implementing in your business? If so, you're not alone. The brutal truth is shocking. Only 5% of agency owners ever break through to 25K plus monthly revenue. 5%. The rest remain trapped in an endless cycle of learning strategies they never fully execute. But why? Why do brilliant driven entrepreneurs who consume course after course, book after book, still fail to implement what they've learned? Hi, I'm Johannes Fessler, mindset coach of Agency Velocity, where I'm coaching weekly hundreds of agency owners. And after today's video, you won't just understand the invisible force that's been sabotaging your implementation, you'll discover how to break free from it and join the elite 5% who actually execute on their knowledge. I'm about to reveal the devastating truth about what's really happening in entrepreneurs' minds, a truth that explains everything about your struggle to implement and will change forever how you approach business growth. Growing up as the oldest son of a mayor, I had enormous pressure to succeed. But I didn't fit the conventional path, and very quickly I was labeled a failure and a loser. Those words crushed me from the inside out and built traumas that should haunt me still 15 years later. But then something incredible happened. I got a job on a cruise ship as a personal trainer, a completely new environment where nobody knew me. Suddenly, I became unstoppable. Whatever I put my mind to, I achieved. Years later, I found an old journal where I'd written my dreams, and I exceeded everything by far. I wanted to become one of the best PTs. I was the best worldwide for many years. I wanted to travel the world. I have done 2 world cruises and traveled to over 178 countries. Whatever I've put my mind, I achieved. My natural success mindset was unleashed. But then I made a devastating mistake. I opened a business in Marbella, and when my original investor, a Swiss millionaire that I met on the ship, backed out short after I found the perfect location, I partnered with an old friend from my youth. Big mistake. Every single day he told me what kind of idiot I was, that I'm not good for nothing and I'm a fucking loser. Until eventually I started to believe him. Within months, all the imposter syndrome from my childhood came roaring back. I couldn't execute anymore. I lost the business. My girlfriend left me and I found myself completely broken, staring at the Mediterranean Sea, wondering what happened to the unstoppable person I'd once been. That was my rock bottom. And that's when I had the realization that changed everything. If one person could install this virus in my mental operating system in just a few months, what other virus had been installed through my whole life? This question led me on a year-long journey of intense self-exploration. I meditated for 90 minutes daily for 3 months. I joined the 5 a.m. club for 6 months. I did everything possible to regain control of my mind. When I finally debugged these mental viruses, I built a successful new business with ease. Implementation became natural, not forced. I worked with billion-dollar companies like Allegro or Dr. Cialdini, the ones that really call themselves marketers here. They should know about his classic influence. And I even became a consultant and mindset coach for Agency Velocity, where I started to train hundreds of agency owners weekly, including the best of the best in the space. And there I saw something fascinating. All these brilliant young entrepreneurs had access to the exact same resources, identical courses, same calls and strategies, but only 20 to 30% were actually implementing and seeing results. The difference wasn't intelligence or resources, it was whether the mental operating system was running clean or corrupted code. Your mind is literally infected with mental viruses, specific lines of corrupted code that activate precisely when implementation would create breakthrough. You experience this every day in your business. The hesitation before you stating your prices. That's the worth virus activating. That endless preparation without launching. That's the perfectionism virus running its program. That mysterious self-sabotage when success is within reach. That's the upper limit virus executing its code. You don't implement because you're lazy or undisciplined, but because these viruses override your conscious decisions. Let me show you exactly what's happening in your mental operating system. When you try to claim expertise or charge premium rates, the imposter virus floods your system with thoughts like, who am I to do this? Or I need more credentials first. This isn't your authentic voice, it's corrupted code installed when you were told to know your place. When you're about to raise your prices, the verb virus activates, creating uncomfortable physical sensations and thoughts like, no one will pay that much, or I need to add more value first. This isn't business acumen, it's programming installed through early messages about money being scarce or evil. When you have the opportunity to be visible, the visibility virus creates plausible sounding reasons why you're not ready yet. This isn't strategic thinking, it's code installed when standing out led to criticism or rejection. When you approach a new level of success, the upper limit virus triggers mysterious problems that sabotage your momentum. This isn't bad luck, it's programming designed to keep you in your safe zone. When you could delegate tasks, the delegation virus generates thoughts like, it's faster to do it myself, or no one cares about my business like I do. Again, this is wisdom. It's called installed when you were disappointed by others, for example, very often. You aren't struggling with implementation because of who you are. You're struggling because of the viruses running in your mental operating system. The entire personal development industry wants you believing implementation failure is your fault. They profit from making you think you just need more motivation, better morning routines, or stronger discipline. They sell you course after course, strategy after strategy, tactic after tactic, all while ignoring the mental viruses that prevent implementation of what you already know. These experts want you dependent on their continuous motivation rather than equipped to identify and eliminate the actual cause of your implementation issues. They're treating symptoms while the infection spreads. Traditional mindset coaches tell you to power through imposter syndrome or fake it till you make it. They give you affirmations and visualization techniques that temporarily override the virus but never eliminate it. They're selling aspirin for a computer virus. The productivity gurus blame your systems, your calendar, or your habits, completely missing that these aren't the root cause. They're selling you better running shoes while ignoring the weights tied to your ankles. Business strategists keep giving you more knowledge, more frameworks, more tactics, when knowledge is the one thing you don't lack. They're pouring more water into an overflowing bucket with a hole in the bottom. The establishment doesn't want you to know these viruses can be precisely identified and permanently eliminated. They profit from approaches that keep you coming back for more help rather than solving the root problem once and for all. Mental viruses aren't character flaws. They are debuggable code with identifiable origins and predictable patterns. The difference between entrepreneurs who implement and those who don't isn't discipline, motivation, or knowledge. It's whether their mental operating system is running clean code or corrupted code. Now that you understand the mental viruses creating your implementation gap, you're probably wondering, but how do I actually identify and eliminate these viruses in my own mental operating system? That's exactly what I show you in the next video. I reveal the precise debugging protocol that's helped entrepreneurs eliminate viruses they've been struggling with for decades, often in a single debugging session. Sounds crazy, but true. For now, I want to hear from you. Which of these mental viruses resonates most strongly with you? Which one do you suspect is creating the biggest implementation gap in your business? Comment below with your answer. I read every comment personally, and your response will help me shape what I cover in the next video. If this video hit you as hard as I think it did, share it with another entrepreneur who's been struggling with implementation. Sometimes just recognizing that there's a specific cause for their struggle, that it's not the character flaw, but a debuggable virus, can be the first breakthrough that they need. The 5% who reach 25K plus monthly aren't smarter or more disciplined than you. They've just debugged the viruses, the other 95% are still running. And in the next video, I show you exactly how you can join them.